Good morning, everyone. I am Angel. Today, I want to tell you about another novel by Mario Vargas Llosa, Aunt Julia and the Scriptwriter, which was published in Spanish in 1977. It is dedicated to Julia Urquidi Illanes, to whom this novel and I owe so much, says Vargas Llosa. His mother's brother, Luis Llosa, had married Julia's sister, Olga. That's kind of intricate, to be honest. The whole novel is about the path that he takes from adolescence and his work with the Genaros, father and son, very, very famous and powerful men. They were the owners of Radio Central, and also the novel is about the co-workers he had. Among them, the Bolivian Pedro Camacho, who is the scriptwriter, one of the two main characters, and his script, his stories, they were perfectly separated at the beginning and then they were linked to reach an absurd stage. Those stories seem to be included in many of the chapters in this novel. Pedro Camacho wrote radioteatros, which are kind of soap operas but on the radio, and he wrote the scripts. He was a formidable imagination, however, it was not the same as his physical appearance. He had a tatty appearance. He was a very difficult man. He was a kind of maniac and had many obsessions, and he didn't let anybody interrupt him in the sacred job he had. He was also stingy. Aunt Julia, the other main character, Bolivian as well, had come to Peru after being divorced. There were some men who were behind her that, little by little, would make Marito jealous. Marito is the diminutive of Mario. She would see him as a child who innocently accompanied her to the cinema. That decade of distance between their ages would stop any idea of possible romance. The author kept me expectant, and each story was more intense than the previous one, full of suspense, violence, unexpected changes. We can notice that planned confusion. The chapters show that semi-autobiographic character that is appreciated in many of Vargas Llosa's works. That love that was not born as love, but as a mere game between a mature woman who, next to a boy, could feel and effectively felt sometimes an old lady. That scandal in a conservative Lima from the 1950s, those many problems that they had in order to find a mayor who would accept to declare them husband and wife, even against the father, who was a violent man in the life of our author. That action and romance story, a few times seen, especially because everything turned us to believe that love was going to fail, but they were happily married for 8 long years. Isn't that happiness? Okay, well, the other great character who eclipses Aunt Julia at times is Camacho, with his many obsessions and his really strange and difficult behavior. I need to agree with Vargas Llosa that despite the low quality of his text, his scripts, so ephemeral, so irrelevant, ridiculously mixed when he was near collapse, wasn't he a better writer than others? Because his life was just for writing, unlike most writers that just devoted 1 or 2 hours. Perhaps Mario Vargas Llosa wanted to be like him. I had low expectations, but must say how confused I was.